So if I was an executive at Adobe today, I wouldn't be feeling very good just because of the news that Affinity just dropped with Canva and everything that entails for Adobe. Basically, if you have no idea what's going on, last year Canva bought Affinity and everybody was kind of holding their breath, all worried about whether or not Canva was going to take Affinity to a monthly subscription payment format. And today they announced their new version of the software and that they are not doing that. And here's what's interesting. Here's what they're changing is that not only are they going to continue to update the software and keep it relevant and current and a competent competitor to the Adobe products, but they're making it all free and they're putting it all in one software, right? So, and then not only that, but just as a means of keeping the software current and relevant, they're offering AI tools such as the generative extend, generative fill, the AI remove background, all that stuff. They're offering all those tools as a monthly payment to Canva if you want them. You don't have to pay for them. Otherwise, you still have the full software. You can see I have it downloaded right here, and I can just go ahead and start working. Now we can go over this, but what makes the entire thing significant is that even if you did want the AI tools and integrations options, it's at a yearly cost of $120 yearly, which if you did want it, it's at $120 a year, which I don't think is bad if that's something that you have to have. I personally am probably not going to go with this right now just because I don't have a need for it at the moment, but this is versus $90 a month with Adobe, whereas if you want to use even just a few of their applications, you have to pay, I believe it's like $80 now. Maybe it's 70 without the AI. So $70 a month for all of the tools that you get for free with Affinity now. Whereas you could pay $70 and be more than halfway covered for your yearly expense of the AI included with the Canva suite integrated into Affinity now. This is huge news, and I want to highlight why this is such huge news with a comment that I got. There's this comment that says Photoshop is $23 a month and has way more features, functional features for AI. Affinity Studio with the AI tools is $15 a month for now. He's implying that he thinks that they're going to raise the price, in which I have a comment on that as well, and has pretty much no AI features, and the ones that don't even work properly. It says Adobe is more expensive. Sure. Is it better? Yeah. If at all, Canva just shot themselves in the foot. I completely disagree with this on multiple levels of this, and I'm going to break down why. The first thing, sure, Photoshop, the photography package of Adobe, $23 a month. Okay. You get $23 a month and you get all the AI features included with that. However, do you get Illustrator with that as well? Do you get InDesign? Do you get those things as well for that $23 a month? Or do you have to pay a minimum of $70 a month just to get those things as well? Whereas you could get a tool that does exactly the same thing in exactly the same way for free. You know what I mean? So, sir, your point is invalid. And then he says Affinity Studio is $15 a month for now and has pretty much no AI. Sir, again, you're wrong. This tool is free. There's a big Get Affinity button right here. $0 free. It's a whole big thing about, is it free? Yes, it really is free. You can download it and use all of the tools that were available yesterday with the Affinity Suite in version 2 now, but you just don't have access to the AI stuff. And if you were using Affinity before and not using Adobe, okay, whatever. What does that change for you? And then it goes $15 a month for now. Can you people be satisfied? Like, is there anything that you could get that would just make you just be like, you know what, I'm happy with what I have? Everybody was just off their rocker about, oh, they're going to a subscription model. I have a terrible feeling they're going to a subscription model. Well, they didn't. Celebrate that, dude. Like, come on, man. Has pretty much no AI features. What AI features do you use in Photoshop that isn't a generative extend, generative fill, pretty much those things? You know what I mean? What is the feature that is so good that Photoshop has that's not those? Because now Affinity has them. And it doesn't even work properly. Dude, this announcement came out at like, what was it? Like 10 o'clock this morning. It's October the 30th. It's now 7:25. How much experience do you have? Like, how do you know they don't work? Did you watch a couple YouTube videos? Like, or did you pay for them yourself? Because it doesn't sound like he's paid for them based on how he said this. So Adobe is a bit more expensive. It's a lot more expensive. So to say Canva just shot itself in the foot is just a stupid take, to be honest, just because they didn't. Like, Canva is bringing in these customers now who were using these tools before and are now going to get to use these tools for free. And if they want the AI tools, they can pay for them. And that's just customers that they could have that they didn't have any means of having before. Because as Serif, the company who was developing Affinity, was an independent studio and an independent developer, those were Serif customers, not Canva customers. And Canva is doing fine without the Affinity suite of products. Canva is already one of the biggest creative software developers out there, regardless of Affinity. So now they have Affinity too, and they're offering AI features for Affinity, it's fine. Like, that is not threatening to Canva in any way. And if it was, they wouldn't have done it. You know what I mean? Like, this is just a stupid take. But in my rant there, that kind of covers everything that's changed with this big new announcement with Affinity, is that all the software is free now, so you don't have to pay however much it was. And even if you did have to pay, it was a one-time payment, whatever. It's all included in one app now, so you don't have to bounce back and forth between different things. And you don't need the damn AI features. You don't need it. Like, you don't have to pay for it if you want to use the software. That, to me, I got to give it to Affinity, was indeed creative freedom. This whole creative freedom campaign that they were going on, I think they followed through on that, just because I have the freedom to be creative in the manner in which I want. It's very democratic in terms of how I'm choosing to get my work done, how I'm choosing to express myself with the work that I create. Honestly, Canva, well done. Well freaking done. That being said, Adobe Max is going on right now, and they're unveiling some pretty cool new features in their software. But the point still stands, it's ridiculously expensive. And unless you're with some big corporation that has money to burn, can you justify paying for those things? I mean, yes, you want them. Like, everybody wants them, sure. But are they worth the cost that you're going to pay, especially with the AI credits that expire after the beta that they're running through December, I believe. I think it's like December 12th that they go to. But all of that to say, Adobe's got some cool stuff, but Affinity's just the better deal. Like, it's the same tools that does the same thing for free, being developed by a professional, competent developer. Like I said, if I was an Adobe executive today, I would not be sleeping as comfortable as I did last night. So that's the news for now. And if you're new to the channel, I like to try to talk about Adobe alternatives. I have a personal gripe with Adobe just because of how expensive they are. And I enjoy my work. I enjoy the nature of what I do. And I think that if somebody enjoys what they do in this field, that they should have the option to be able to have the software to do that thing. You know what I mean? Like, if you're spending money to try to learn how to do something, you shouldn't have to spend money to be able to use that thing. If you buy it, you should own it. If you're paying for something, you should own it. Renting software like this is just ridiculous. It's criminal. So anyways, I mainly focus on DaVinci Resolve. I'm mostly a video guy. That's my strong suit. That's my strength. But I do dabble with the Affinity stuff just because Affinity is a contender in the Adobe alternative universe. So if you want more news updates and maybe some tutorials on the Affinity stuff, because I've been using Affinity for a while, I would say I'm comfortable with it, and it's pretty, I'd say it's easy to get the hang of and easy to learn. Subscribe to the channel for more. And if you're a videographer, creative filmmaker, check out my store for my products on there. You can find anything from like LUTs to macros for DaVinci Resolve, a lot of stuff just to make the whole process a lot easier in making your videos. I'd really appreciate it if you just want to go check it out. You don't got to buy anything. There's freebies on there. Get a vertical safe template, anything like that, and you should be good to go. So I hope you liked this video. Hope you found it informative. I hope you're just as excited for this stuff as I am. I'm going to be using Affinity starting tomorrow. I mean, I already was, but I'm going to be using the new version as soon as tomorrow. I use Affinity pretty much every day when I'm making my thumbnails and stuff. So hope you're as excited for it as I am, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.